the strategy execution process. We have a session for that. So make sure you attend that. Okay. So we welcome our next guest speaker, Praveen. If you can allow Ms. Anita.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir.
Hi, hi, hi. Good morning. Hi. So welcome, Anita, to the show. So Anita, just a quick round of introduction. So Ms. Anita will be talking about introduction of supply chain systems. So as just to get connected to what Sunilji was talking about, she is a supply chain manager, and also she has a decade of experience in designing, developing, and implementing supply chain solutions. Okay, so she have in a wide variety of industries, which includes three PL operations, manufacturing, and other food and beverages industry. Okay, so she's a bachelor's in technology and also master's in business administration. Okay, so Anita, yeah, you can give a brief introduction from your side and start the session. We would like to have an engaging session today.
Okay, thank you for the introduction, sir. So let me just brief like what I will be talking today. Okay, okay. I just share the screen. Please just confirm it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pin.
yeah,
Can you
it's
confirm that,
visible.
please?
It's
Okay,
visible.
fine.
Yes,
So
it is
like
visible.
yeah,
You put it in you would like to put it in a power presentation mode or
sure, sure.
it's up
Yeah,
to
yeah,
you.
I will put that. Okay,
Okay, it's quite visible. Please go ahead.
okay, fine. So I will be talking about like how the supply chain planning, optimization, and execution. All these know like how it will be connected, and I will be briefing like how what are the pain points and how we need to resolve based on the planning and optimization and the execution systems it will help. Okay, and all three together know how it will be connected and resolve the pain points of supply chain and manufacturing processes. Okay, let me just this is the agenda, let me just go. Okay, so here let me talk like how the supply chain and the manufacturing pain points in it's like real time scenarios, no, there will be like demand like old will be challenges in that, like there will be like most of the supplier wise may is most of the 75% of the companies, and I have mentioned the company names also just in case, and we can see like a last mile cost, it depends like for the all the supply chain, no, there are like a more challenges. So I have mentioned few of them, and if we see in the manufacturing also, there will be like a unplanned downtimes, quality defects, labor shortages. So to cover all these things, no, how the AI powered solution will help. So if we see in the supply chain point of view, as I told, for the forecasting, so we have like a demand predictive and demand sensing. Okay, so it will reduce the costing errors. Okay, in terms of like a logistic part, we will be having the dynamic routing. Okay, and if we have like a risk mitigations, no, it will help the disruption signals, no, these AI will monitor and it will reduce the disruption signals. Okay, in terms of manufacturing, we can see like I have mentioned like unplanned downtime and the quality, all these things we have like a AI powered tools, it will help to reduce the downtimes and reducing in the quality defects. Okay, and for this particular point of view, no, we can see like overall based on this AI powered solution, it will help in reducing the cost uh, and reduction in the recovery time due to the down times. Okay, it will help through this AI. Okay, if we go for the IoT devices, no, sorry, if we go for the IoT device, so individually we will be having to trace the like logistics, like vehicle, all these things, no, in the supply chain, it will be very difficult, like to trace. Okay, and for the inventory part also, we have like RFIDs. All these things, no, it will help like to trace the inventory and the shipments where it is the vehicle where is it is placed.
Mhm.
This way we have like challenges in that, so IoT devices will help in that. Okay, in the same way, like in the manufacturing point of view, the we were the missions will be like we need to monitor the missions, basically what is the health and what is like a downtimes, or if it is required the maintenance, and how it will how the energy consumption then in the missions. To track all these things, no, like we will be connecting the IoT, and there will be like protocols to connect and to trace them, to and this will help us to like optimize the challenges of these particular processes, like to for the inventory point of view or logistic, to control the missions at the time of processing, no, in the manufacturing executions. So we can evaluate from this. Here we can see like AI has individual benefits, and IoT also have the individual benefits. Okay, like how to reduce. I have mentioned few of them only. Like there are multiple. Okay, let me go for the optimization. Like so we will be having like optimization techniques to solve like we have like a forecasting, production scheduling, all these things. We need to do the optimization techniques. Without that, no, it will be like a very huge to plan the schedules, and it will be like a more cost like to plan the
Anita,
inventory.
there is a question, if you would like to just,
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
IoT? So it's an Internet of Things.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is Internet of Things. Yes.
And IIoT is like industrial Internet of Things. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so I just like trying to tell like optimization part, like how we use the optimization techniques. Okay, so it will be like in point of view in the in the manufacturing point of view or the supply chain, it requires the planning and optimization techniques for that. Okay, so if we plan with the random data or like manual human intervention, no, it will be very difficult. Okay, we have like planning techniques and the optimization techniques. Okay, if we go for the planning technique, no, like in terms of the manufacturing, we require the production scheduling, like how what are the raw materials we required, and based on the customer demand, how we need to schedule, and the purchasing of the materials. So to avoid the I mean that to avoid the slowness, no, like in sending the data sending the products to the customers, no. So we require to the planning is required before that. To reduce that part, no, we require all these things. In the supply chain point of view, like only the production not will be the main thing. We need to deliver the customer in a particular lead time as well. Okay, to reduce that too, like we require the dynamic routing and the network design also, like where we get correct raw materials and the with the low cost, and delivering the customer in the shortest distance. So this way, like the optimization and the planning, no, it will help us. Okay, so I just brief like AI how it will help, and IoT and the optimization, like how it will be helping the supply chain and the manufacturing. If we try to combine all these things, okay, so there will be like a individual has benefits. If we combine all these things, no, we will be having like the solutions for the problems like unitedly, because we are talking in point of view manufacturing and supply chain only. If we put together all these things, there will be like a good result, tangible result for that. So here you can see like we can the AI point of view and the IoT and the optimization. It will solve all the complex problems. Okay, it will predict what will be the early demand, and how can we track the real time traceabilities of the machine, vehicle, or the inventory. All these like it will be helpful together. Okay, for the manufacturing and the supply chain operations. Okay, so like this, like I will. So I just briefed all these three things apart. Okay, So how we need to put together? Okay, only these three things it won't help. It should be connected with the execution systems as well. Okay, before connecting the execution systems, we have to enable what are the business system required for the organization, and we need to define what is the data architecture because based on the company, the organization, what is the vision of that, no, we need to def- define it, and we need to be redesigned if there is any existing business processes to be redesigned to align all these things. And we need to train the people, and it should be aligned to the business strategy. This way we need to do. So here we define some of the execution systems like ERP, manufacturing execution, warehouse management, the transportation management. Individual application has will help the organization like a ERP. It will help in the order fulfillment, financial, maintaining the stock and the costing for that. MES will help the execution part like operation executions to track all the production tracking, all these things. Okay, and warehouse management and fleet management. So it will help to manage the inventory levels and delivering, I mean the shipment tracking, all these things will be taken care by the transportation management. Okay, so the for these systems we need to, if we connect, okay, if you see here, like we have let me just, okay, if you see here, like if we connect with the MES, the IIoT, as I told, like IIoT will help to get the traceability of the machines in terms of the maintenance and the quality. So MES has all the production tracking here. So when we connect with the IIoT here, so there will be like a feasibility where we can easily track the maintenance and the quality control. In terms of TMS, if we use the optimization techniques here, okay, so it will help the the routing plan and the network optimization also. It will reduces the cost, and there will be the short time the deliveries and the travel things, no, it will get reduced, the costing and the wastage, all these things. Okay, so here are the few key integration points with the AI, IIoT and optimization techniques. Hope it is clear for you. I'm just try moving to the applications. I will show few of the applications here, the planning, optimization and the execution systems. Let me just try to brief that.
So you would like to take up some questions because there's some questions are coming up. Okay, so please feel free whenever you are ready. Then.
Fine, fine. Okay. Okay, I just log into the supply chain planning. Here you can see we have the demand forecasting here. Okay, so this is a planning solution. Okay, here we have the forecasting methods. Okay, by default, usually system will take up the best fit method, and we have other techniques also forecasting techniques. Okay, and there is like a standard parameters will be defined. If we want to configure certain parameter our side also, we can do that. Okay, sorry. Okay, this one.
So in the
So here,
demand forecasting, can you just go back?
okay,
So here you have like a historical data. The moment we give you all the historical data, so it uses AI to generate the forecast for coming periods.
okay,
All those different forecasting approaches,
okay.
and then the system also give the uh, average of all. Okay,
Correct,
so the
correct.
best fit. Okay, so this is like a system generated AI supported forecasting method. Automatically, the system give you the forecast, right?
Yes, yes, correct. Here we have if we use all these techniques now here, so it will consider the historical data, and it will give us the forecasting data based on the periods what we mention. Okay, if we want to consider the external factors also, okay, we have a separate the pestle. So with this technique, no, we can also consider the external factors, and it will generate the forecast for that.
Okay.
Okay, and it is like included with the AI, like because if we need to consider the external factors, means it should be like taking up all the parameters outside, and we need to predict it, because there are like based on the seasonality, like seasons, there will be for different products different demand. So that's why like what is the best techniques we require, no, we will be taking up the forecasting technique. Otherwise, like if we choose the best fit, it will take the averages of all the techniques and it will provide us that is like it's like safe side kind of thing. Okay, I will just show you like as I told, like we will be
Can you
having
show an example of demand forecasting, just to with
sure,
sample?
sure. One second, let me just
Maybe you can download it here.
yeah. So here you can see, like I just downloaded some sample input data. We have in both the ways, like a horizontal and the vertical data.
It's okay. You can read it. Yeah.
So this is like a periods, all the periods like I have mentioned, like have given only one product. We can give multiple.
Read that
Okay,
file.
so I'm just trying to upload from here. I just selected the file. So here you can see like all the data whatever I have uploaded. When I click on run,
No, you
okay,
need to
sorry,
give the period.
I need to input the. Let me just go back and come. Okay, so I can select something.
No, you can just run it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it will take just a few seconds. Okay. So below you can see the data. So this is like a forecasted data, and this is like a historical data, whatever I uploaded. Okay, and we can see the trends below and the parameters, like what it has taken the parameters alpha, beta, and the gamma values for generating this forecasting.
Okay.
Okay,
So when you have the historical data of any time bucket, so you give that, the system generates AI generated forecast for all the models, and then you
correct.
also that.
In the same way, we need to do for.
And this is API based connectivity. You can connect to any system.
Yes. So whatever now, like we have the applications like a user friendly for the API integration, and we have other integration points also.
Maybe you need to close your Teams. You keep getting messages.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, please.
okay. So and okay, let me. I think in the same way, like we will be having the pestles also, as I told,
So
like we will
any
be.
external constraints, political, economical kind of thing. So this is from World Bank Library, where you can consider that into your forecast also. The AI generated forecast
Correct.
will be optimized to do that. Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. Okay, and yeah, as I told, like we will be having the parameters also here. Like if we define the parameters, no, it will take up the parameters from the whatever we define. Otherwise, system will take automatically. Okay, okay, let me go for the logistic plan. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I think the here we have the mainly the demand forecast only. I will show this later. Let me go for the optimization, supply chain optimization application here. Let me
I
just
think you need to unmute that.
okay. So yeah, here we have the So it will help like how we need to arrange the and use the vehicle in a efficient way. Okay, so let me just show you the sample data how it will be. So you can see like all the packages here. Okay, and what is the length, the width and height, weight of this. Okay, so and we will be having the vehicle capacities also, it is already defined. So it will take up all the packages weight and it will check with the vehicle, and it will give the optimized arranging of the packages. Okay, let me just upload this. So this is the
So
data
this is
whatever I
like a
got.
loading container loading optimization.
Yes, this is like a loading optimization. The vehicle we need to load the packages, no? That so how they want to organize, like there will be the weight, different dimensions, like the volume wise and the weight wise. No, it will consider all these things, and it will container optimization will provide the optimized way of arranging the packages in the vehicle. Okay, so here you can see like the container length, width and weight. Okay, so when we click on run, yeah, it will show like this is the fitted items, means like we can place all these packages, and we can see the dimensions here, like in which position we need to place. Okay, and horizontal, vertical, all these things we get the information for that. Okay, and like a non-fitted and below are the non-fitted items. Okay, here you can see like we have like space left, all this information also we get.
Yep.
Okay, these are like a standalone application, like,
Yes.
and it will be integrated with the execution systems.
Cubic
Okay.
meter volume, yes, calculated.
Yes. So
Very
and
good.
the UOM we can define like how we need to do it, like in
There is
terms
a
of like how
question: Is
we
CPM
want to measure
calculated
it.
in vehicle
That's
optimization?
our choice. Like based on the data, it will
Yes. Yes.
give us the optimized. Okay, and let me go for the inventory management. So like inventory management, like it will be like main pain point for the manufacturers, like how they want to buy the raw material based on all these, considering all the parameters like costing and the lead times, all these things. So let me just show you like the how it will plan.
Don't show.
Okay, this is like the products and when how much it is required stock, and here you can see like a cost and what is the retail price also, and how much quantity we require, and the lead times also. Okay, so let me just try to, and this will be like the parameters we can define like in the Excel itself. So um, it will evaluate the based on the data only. Okay, here let me just upload this. Okay. Okay.
So this, if you
Here
based on
you
the
can see.
historical data, you calculate the inventory parameters like safety stocks, reorder
Yes,
levels.
yes, yes. Yes. So we have multiple parameters here, like what is the economic order quantity, all these things. Okay, quantity on hand, available stock already, EOQ, all these things. Okay, we need to define the parameters. Based on that, it will get generated.
Okay.
Okay, and we have the network design here. Okay, so the as I told, like this will help like what will be the shortest route for to pick the material. Okay, and how much the lead time, all these things also here also it will be considered. Okay, let me just show. It will help for the fleet management and the logistic organizations. Okay, here you can see like I have defined. what are the distribution centers and the locations and the products. Okay, what is like a demand, okay, and what we are going to supply and the costing details. Okay, so let me just upload this. Okay, here I just loaded the data, trying to run this.
It's running, Anita.
Okay, it is in few seconds.
Yeah, while it is running, there are some questions like is
Okay,
CBM calibrated in vehicle optimization as per payload capacity? Yeah,
okay.
that is, and also based on the volume, and it also has algorithm to keep the heavy items on the first layer, and then
Yes, yes, it will basically no. It will be based on the we will be arranging the packages in terms of levels only. The weighted products, it will be placed on the bottom. Okay, and the it will consider the volume also, and not only this, it will consider the deliveries also. Based on the locations, we need to deliver it. No, we need to consider that constraint as well,
yeah.
which product will be moved first, I mean, from the container, no, we need to deliver it. Okay, and there will be based on that also it will be arranged,
Mhm.
all these three parameters.
Yeah. Due to time constraint, Anita, would you like to cover your warehousing and manufacturing? Yes.
Okay, okay. I just want to show one more thing, regarding to IoT. Let me just try to show that. So we will be, so we have like a
Mhm.
integration part here. Like we will be integrating okay, sorry. Mm. We have like a configuration connectors OPC, UA, MQTT. Like we will be connecting with this, and we have some sample data also. I just want to brief this. Okay, so we will be connecting the machine, all these things from this. Okay, and we can see some reporting data, how we are going to take up from the. So here you can see the machine and the all these data we will be capturing from the missions. Okay, uh, from the, let me just brief this as well. Okay, okay. This is the configuration part. So how we are connecting these CC cameras, all these things, no, we I just want to brief that. Okay, here we have we if we connect the machine, no, let me just select the. Okay, okay. So this is like a in organization, industry, sub-industry, and the plant. If you want to see like a work center wise the machine data from here,
You can use the data. You
yeah, it will just generate the based on the period.
need to use the data. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
even here
So
we
you
can see
have
like a
like
work.
a plant level or machine level, work center level, plant level.
Correct. This is plant level, and this is work center wise, and this is the mission wise, and the period basis. And if we have like a branches in between, no, in the same organization, that also we can do that. And if you want to go with the mission wise as well, we can see the mission wise data. Okay, this is the mission wise. Earlier it was work center wise.
Perfect.
Okay, this is one thing, and one second. Okay, I just want to show this. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So here, so we will be capturing the gate entry like in and out with using the CC cameras. Okay, so we connected the, we can see the, okay, we just enable the camera there and we are capturing all the objects in and out. It will help the
Yes.
warehousing, transportation, at the time of gate in, gate out, and how many packages are moved in, moved out. So we will be capturing that, and we will be measuring the dimensions of the objects, all these things. No, it will capture the data, so we can verify it. Let me just show you the output here. So here we can see like how many gate in, gate out when it was. There are multiple scenarios in this, but I just want to show you
Yeah.
like how we are doing it.
Very
Okay.
nice, Anita. You showed all the enablers. Now, can you show the core part,
Correct.
which is your warehousing?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Let me. I just showed. So how we are connecting the execution systems. I just want to brief that. Okay, this is like a warehouse management. So here we can define multiple warehouses. Okay, so as I told, we have the inventory optimizers and the planning route, all these things. No, it will be connected to this. The gate in, gate out, so we have like a gate in, gate out processes, like we will be connecting with the supply chain techniques here. Okay, so let me just brief this execution system, like how we are processing. In the inbound, it is like inward operations we are doing, here you can see like a purchase order creations, goods receiving. Okay, let me just try to show the sample data. Okay, so here you can see it has multiple approvals. We can upload the data and we can also integrate with the other applications as well. Okay, there are, and it is like all the applications whatever I'm showing it, it is like already integrated. Okay, with the API based already, and it is like individual execution systems are integrated, and the planning system optimization, all these are connected actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is a question, Anita, from Sanket Patil. How these machine data will be integrated and how the OEE and
So
runtime downtime.
okay, so
If you want with machine, yeah, machine data, yeah, you can do that.
okay. So, in the machine, we will be capturing the production data there. Production data means like what are the units they were going to produce. All this information we will be entering. This is the production point of view, and the individual machine has a protocol where it will give the information to the system where we can capture it. Okay. Uh, and if it is like a Wi-Fi based, or it will get connected, no, it will be easy to connect. Otherwise, like there will be like external devices also where we can take the data from it. Okay, as I told, the production data, they will be the operators who are working at the mission, no, they will be entering this information. Entry means it is only like how many parts to be produced. The produced actual production, it will be generated from the machine itself.
Automatically.
Okay, and runtime, all these things, it will system will add the data against that particular production. Okay, and these information we will be taking with the protocol, or the devices external to the execution systems. This way we can
So
capture.
if I add it, there are machines which support some standard protocols like
Yes,
OPC
yes.
in general, or maybe MQTT or maybe Modbus kind of thing. So this will be connected automatically. In case if there is a possibility to directly connect these machine data to the solution directly, that is possible. In case if they don't support that direct connection, then there could be a local edge device which can
Yes, yes.
connect through some kind of edge device. We have our edge device solution that can be connected and directly transferred to the machine integration through
Yeah.
proper security protocols.
Yes, yes. If the as like you told, sir, if we don't have like a system, we have the capability of connecting the system. Okay, the internally we developed it, and it can easily capture the data into the system, and it will be passed to the wherever it I mean the if we require in the manufacturing execution system, it will pass the data to that directly.
Can you show the warehouse layout? How does that look like? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Okay, this is the warehouse layout, sample warehouse layout we
It's alive,
designed.
right? It's alive.
It's live, yes. So here, this is like it is like based on the design. No, we can easily modify. We have like a drag and drop options, all these things as well. It can be easily done, and we can see here overall stock information. Okay, and we can also see the is related information in this. Okay, and we can define the floor areas, rack areas, information also. This is like a rack, no? Here we can see the column, and in that we have the levels like this is like A location name. This is A is the level, and this is location name. We can see the products in that. And in the same way, this is B level, C level. Like this, we can see the information. Okay, and individual stock like zone wise, rack wise, all the information will be available.
So
And
you can
we
see
have
that bin position data also if you hover it. Yeah.
correct, correct. So when we click on this is like a levels. This is the bin location.
Okay. So
In
you
that,
can
like
see the
we can, if we
complete
have multiple.
visibility. You have a complete visibility of your warehouse in real time. By bin position, it's like a top view, it seems.
Correct.
And then you can also actually see the overall change. Can you see the volume also?
Yes,
What is
yes.
the
We can see like a volume. This is like a warehouse wise. Okay, we can see what are the complete locations, and this is like a space wise, like whatever we
volume?
define the unit. That way we can see. And we can also see by zone, rack level, and individual location wise also we can see the data.
So if you have multiple warehouses, you can see the complete stock of all your warehouses in one location.
Yes, so this is like a one warehouse as I told. Okay, we can see individual warehouse wise like if we have access, no, we can navigate to that and we can see. Suppose if you want to see all together, no, we have a report where we can see like a overall inventory in one place. So here we can see multiple organizations, multiple warehouses. Okay, we can select the warehouses here, and we can if we generate this. Let me just. Okay, I think they here. I think there. I need to check this. So here, what we can see is like we can see overall all the warehouses inventory here.
Inventory.
Yes, yes. So we will be. Let me just show you one thing. So here, this is like individual warehouse wise inventory. In the same way, we get the all the warehouses inventory product wise, category wise there.
So you can manage all multiple warehouses operations from single app in a
Correct.
real time.
Correct, correct. So, individual warehouse wise, like there will be supervisors, no, like we will be giving the access, and the executives also given access to that particular warehouse. So they can only see that warehouse only. If they want to see other warehouses, like only the data part, no, we can give the permission like a read only, so they can have the access also. And the in terms of access point of view, in a 3PL case, if you want to provide the warehouse management to have their visibility of the orders, stock, and how much space they were utilizing their the billing, there will be the billing, no, for that the space utilized. If you want to track, the customer also want to track, no, they will be also having the access to the system, so they can see their order information, stock information in this to that particular warehouse. That too, this will be managed by the warehouse team. Okay, so like this, like we have like a cross docking process. Okay, the delivery part. Okay, the sales order delivery. These sales orders, like we can easily manage like based on the picking strategies. Okay, where we need to pick, and like we need to follow the picking direction, no, like FIFO, LIFO, or expiry wise, batch wise. All these, no, it will be configured in the item level, so that based on that it will generate. And we have like a planning part, like the orders inward outward planning, workforce, like where we can schedule the employee the task to the employees, all these things we can see the information here. Like all it is connected with the barcode as well. Instead of manual entry, no, we can avoid the manual entry and they can use the barcode, QR code, all these things. Okay, and we have like billing for the 3PL part. These are value added services, integrations, configurations. There are multiple configuration parameters. It is actually very easy. Like we are going to configure it based on the customer requirement, no, and it will be enabled because all will don't have the same process. There will be changes, uh, customer to customer. Okay, this is like a warehouse management, and like we have all the dashboards, plenty of dashboard, customer wise, sales, purchase, stock related. All the dashboards are available. Okay, so let me go for the manufacturing execution.
There is a question in fleet management. Maybe you can answer that later.
Okay, so this is the manufacturing execution system. So here like we will be handling the organization plant wise the operations, and we have the master data configuration, all these things. Okay, in the production, like we have all the production processing. Okay, production information here we can schedule like based on the forward and backward planning we can do it. Okay, we have like a to record the timestamps, no, like the operation timestamps. We have various ways, like here you can see like a production order also have the barcode, and stages also have the barcode. Well, the production, no, like we can have like a production lines as well, like where we need to do this production. Okay, and work center wise also we can define that. Okay, I just selected the production order here. We can see all the operations in that, like, and we will be capturing all the information here to record the employee the timestamps. No, here you can see. Okay, what are the employees active and how we are capturing the information. Okay, this is like if we have the quality part also for this particular product, no, we have a quality module where we can have the like we have all the quality multiple uh, processes wise quality processing. Here you can see the report operations, like uh, so where we can do quality for that as well. So all the operations, and we are tracking the NC also, the non-conformity. If there is any failed test case, no, we can capture the non-conformity form as well. Like what is the issue, and we can upload the pictures here, and how we are approving, how we are regenerating the again for this particular. No, we need to reconfirm the test, like it is like passed or something. We can add up new test from here directly. Okay, and we can send the mail information to the production team also, like this particular test is failed and this to be rework or how they want to do, no, like they will be sending the production team, the QC people. Okay, and we have employee view, all these the processes. And if you want to do the production process work center wise also, we have these process, like we can do work center wise material issues, report operations, all these things we can do by work center wise, production line wise, how the way we want. And we have the costing part also. So if you want to manage the costing, okay, we can define the operational wise costing, so where we can track all the planned cost, actual cost, all this information in this. Okay, and let me just show you the OEE here. Okay, so here the OEE we can evaluate day wise, day basis OEE, and we can also do by work center wise, mission wise. Okay, and for this, like we have the dashboards as well. Okay, I will show that. So, and we have the inventory module, like if they want to use standalone inventory management, no, like they can use this. And planning, like that is the manage the production schedule, all these things, no, we can do. Here we have like MPS, MRP, so we can run the schedule from here. And we have energy module here, where we can connect the machines, and this is like a electricity tariff where we can define the costing for the consumptions. Okay, this is energy consumption. So here you can see the machine wise, hour wise, the estimated cost and consumption actuals also. Okay, and the energy by production is like operation wise, like what is the actual consumption information, and and this
So
will
you
be
have
like a,
full
energy billing
energy
where we
management.
taking yes, yes.
So you
So
have a full
here we will
energy
be taking the
management
electricity
module.
bill as yes.
Sorry, sorry, please
So we
continue.
will be capturing the okay. So we will be capturing the actual estimated on the hours like the operation we define that too, and the actually the mission run and the mission data and the electricity like bills, actual electricity bill. That will be like a comparison, and where we can have a visibility of all these things, and we can get to know where is the if there is any problem. No, it will be easy to identify. Quality module I just briefed it, and this is like a workforce module where we can have the visibility of all the employee, all this information like this, all the task details, operation details. Okay, and mission tasks, like we can have the visibility of the missions. Okay, these are the missions like what is the task assigned to it, we can see that. And like upcoming like what employees availability and their schedule, all this information we can see here employee wise. And sorry, mission schedules also here. Okay, and we have the maintenance module also, like where we can have a maintenance schedule for the machines. We have two ways, like we will be scheduling the mission wise, and the tools also, like we can do the maintenance. We have like a both meter and period basis, it will trigger the schedules, and there will be like a frequency of notifications also for that. And if you want to track the work order, no, like if you want to create directly the work order without the schedule also, we can do that. That process is there. Okay, and tooling is like it is like a major problem for managing the tool. So we can track the tools, like where it is utilized, and when it's check out from the stock, all this information, no, we can track here. And we can see the tool availability. Okay, and this is the integration modules. So we have like we can integrate the not only with the mission, we can integrate the PLC. From the PLC we can capture the data. Okay, and we have the Weybridge integration also. Okay, and we have the attendance integration, and this can be integrated with the SAP and ERP. Okay, we can transfer the data as required in a required format. And we have standard operating procedures where we can have all the catalog information in this. So it will be easy for the operators, instead of maintaining hard copy, they can maintain here. Okay, and we have some manufacturing analytics. So this is like a plan dashboard. Let me just select. So this is like a plant dashboard. Here you can see like a active employees, resource utilized, work in progress. This one, and this is resource utilized, and this is hold operations. So here we have some status information, and here we can see what a particular production line. Okay, and what is current and past week. So this way we can have multiple production lines like this. So if you want to see in detail, no, we have production grid. And here also we can see like overall active hold operations, like this is production line wise, and this is like overall. And at the top you can see some number, like how many operations currently running assigned likewise. And these are the finished products in that particular production line, in this particular that's whatever I have selected the date, no, that based on that it will show. And this is production grid. And the here, no, it is like a detailed one, where we can see like this particular order wise. Here we can see order wise all the planned information. Okay, if there is any notes defined, no, we can see from here. This is order wise. We have order status, production graphs, mission graphs. Okay, actual utilization. consumption, actual consumption cost, all these scheduled maintenance for the machines. Okay, inventory graphs, and we have energy dashboard also. So where we can see like let me just
Yep.
yeah, energy related dashboard as well. Okay, maybe it is taking time. So this is energy. This is like order wise, and we have the energy costing like we have the period no, based on that it will show, and we have work center wise also. Work center wise we can see plant wise, and this is like a OEE. We can see the OEE. This is like a high level dashboard, and we have detailed report as earlier shown. Okay. Okay. Maintenance dashboards. What is the maintenance planned and scheduled total work orders? We can see
Can you
here.
show fleet, Anita? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm showing that, sir.
Because we have some questions related to the fleet management. What
Fine, fine.
about temperature logger in transit in AI? And
Okay,
also one more question is, can the system support shipping documentation? So that is especially for global trade and transportation.
okay, okay. Let me just. Okay, this is the fleet management. Okay, so so here too, like we can maintain the multiple organization branches, all these. Okay, we can separately maintain that. Okay, master data report configurations in this. So let me just go for the load. Okay. Okay, so here we can see like all the loads defined here. Okay, let me just click on this. So here you can see all the load information like what is the source and destination. Okay, and we have all the shipper information, the customer information. What are the packages we just need to deliver in that particular load. And we have the vehicle allocation part. Either we can select manually or we can allocate based on the plan. Okay, and this will be connected to the billing like for the customer wise and the transporter wise we will be connecting these orders. Okay, so in the load like so we will be for individual load we will be maintaining the LR information. Okay, and all the signatures, all these things we are going to e-signs we will be taking up. Okay, and we will be sending the mails based on that trigger basis. Okay, and we have the LR copy from here, and also the invoice. Okay, and here we can maintain the documents individual load wise. Okay, and so this is like a so all these like we have a vehicle plan where we can do the vehicle plan based on some constraints like based on the route basis, like a region basis, weight, volumes, how many like multiple loads it will be converted. All these no like we can do the plan from here. Okay, and it will be converted to the trip. So here we can see all the trip information. Okay, so let me just select the okay, just this is like I'm selecting here. So here we can see this is like a complete trip journey. We have multiple steps here. Okay, based on the uses no we can enable and we can disable if there is any step is not required. Okay, so here we can see all the load pickup and delivery points, and the loads and how much vehicle occupied and what is the free space, all this information we can see here. Okay, so and this is the allocation part. So here like when we convert the loads to the trip no like automatically system will allocate the vehicle driver. Okay, so if there is any change no like we can change from here like before the trip start. So when we confirm this no like if there is any it will verify the all the documentation part for the vehicle driver cleaner. We have a statutory module. Okay, it will verify like if there is any documentation is not correct no for the vehicle or driver. So it will, before confirming the trip, it will check for the all the documents, and it will show us the pop-up like, is this okay to continue or not, something. Okay, that way. And the next is like a route. Okay, this is like a route, like for all the loads, like what is the first we need to deliver, so we can see all the information from here. Okay, and if we want to change any route, no, we can change the route also from here. Okay, and we can save it, and we can, when we confirm this, like when we update this, no, so this route and all the trip, how many orders are there, all this information, no, it will be sent to the driver, like this is the route plan, like and what are the packages to be delivered, no, it will be sent to the uh, client, sorry, driver. Okay, it is taking time. Let me just go back. Okay. So, and here we have the advance. So in this, no, if you want to give advance to the driver, no, like we can define like what are the expenses required. Let me just select so that I can show. And we have like a, we, if we want to do the settlement at the time of execution, no, we can put as yes. Otherwise, it is, we can mention no. And what are the planned, all these advances we can define here in terms of cash or like a petro code. All these we can add here. And we have a trip sheet. Okay, so before this, no, let me just show this shipment execution. Here we can see like all the loads listed. Okay, against individual load, no, when they start the loading, they will be taking the pictures of the vehicle. Okay, in all the ways. Okay, and we will be triggering all the timestamps, like at the time of place, loading starting, ended, and when it is gate out. Okay, and before unloading, we have we will be unloading timestamps also. Okay, like when it was started unloading and ended and completed, all this information we will be feeding up. And while handovering the vehicle also, we have all the, we can take the pictures. And if there is any reference documents also, we can add the documents individual load wise. Okay, for this, like we will be recording all the timestamps here, like here we can see like when it is loaded, in transit, delivered. So these information, no, we will be taking up. And trip wise, like if you want to define any documents, no, we can add up all the documents. Okay, let me just show you the expenses. Let me just go back and show you the expense here. Mm, okay. Okay, here you can see the expenses, like fuel expenses, toll charges, taxes, expenses, no, we can define in this. Okay, and it will be like we can take up reports based on the trip wise, vehicle wise. There are multiple reports for that. For the billing purpose, we can evaluate. Okay, here we have vehicle module. Okay, so where we can see all the vehicle list here. So here you can see all the the vehicle wise statutory status, maintenance, claim, trip. If it is in trip, no, we can see like it is open, I mean it is in trip busy. So individual vehicle wise, we can see the vehicle analytics in this. So the all the historical data, maintenance, all this information. Okay, and vehicle availability is like what are the vehicles available, by considering all these parameters, no, it should be closed, then only the vehicle will be available in state. Okay, and it will be integrated with the GPS odometer things. Okay, and we have the driver module. We can see all the drivers listed here, and the documentary part, it is okay or not, and the behavior, like we will be evaluating the behavior of the driver also based on his trip journey, how he did, and the trip status as well in this. Okay, in the same way, like we have the co-driver as well. Um, okay, so and we have the availability of the driver and the co-driver in this. We can see all the information. Okay, and if you want to transfer the driver from one branch to other branch, no, we can do from here with certain reason and the transfer period. Okay, and we have the behavior here. We can see like let me just show the behavior of the driver. So here we can see like the driver behavior at that time trip, and there are like certain parameters here. He delivered on time, or if there is any overspeed something, we will be tracking this information. Okay, and we have fuel management. So we have all the historical, like based on the trip basis. No, we are recording the expenses, all the history, fuel history we can see from here. Or if we have any manual, like we have captured, we did not added in the trip, we can add from here as well. Okay, and we have fuel expenses. There are like multiple expenses here. Directly we can add from here instead of in the trip. We can upload the documents also from here, and we can integrate with the fuel sensors, so we can capture the data. And we have the maintenance module for the vehicle. Okay, so where we can okay, let me just show you the data.
Anita,
Okay.
you talk about warehousing, you talk about manufacturing, you talk about transportation, you also talk about optimization. Okay, there are some questions also there. So you have something like control tower where you connect all of this.
Yes, yes. So that is the final one, like where we'll be projecting the data. It is mainly for the main key members in the organization. They can see in that like what is the performance and how it is planned. Where so all these optimization planning, and it is connected to the execution system. From the execution system, no, we will be capturing into the control tower. So where we can see the output, this is the like we can see there the performance, all these things in that particular application.
So one question, Anita, will it optimize the route based on delivery priority, time constraints, and faster route from Amir?
Yes, yes, it will consider that also. As I told, not only the like the region and what is the priority of the but that particular delivery order, no, that will be also taken as a constraint along with the distance to one place to another place.
Can you just talk about control tower for a few minutes because you know it's already a little delayed.
Okay, okay, fine.
If you have access.
Okay, okay, fine. Let me just. Okay, this is our supply chain control tower. As I shown, like all the connecting, planning, optimization, and execution system. No, so from the execution system, we will be taking up all the information here. So here we can see, like let me just go to here. So here we have like a inventory, like a dashboards. What is the inventory visibility? What are the return orders? What is the accuracy? And the delivery, inward outward deliveries, like is it in on time or delayed? So all the, it's like a final output we will be seeing here, and
So
it
you
will
can
be
also collaborate from here. So you
correct.
can the user can send messages to take actions.
Correct, correct.
It's not
So
only
here,
this.
this is like a, we will be taking up the data into all the uh, like transportation point of view, manufacturing point of view, sales. Okay, all these information we will be taking up the data from the execution systems, and so here we have like a action, like the managers where they can take the like suppose no, here we have all the notifications like water, like it is high, the product performance is lower than the. So if we select here, okay, so here we can see the that particular information here, and it will be taken action.
Action.
Okay, okay. It will be taken. If you want to see detail, we can see from here. If you want to take the action, no, let me just select once again. Okay, and like I just need to select. Here we have the action. Like from the MES point of view, we can send the data for that particular user, like to take the action from here. Okay. Otherwise, we can also create a custom alert. Also, we have seen the dashboard. If you want to send, irrespective of the notification, if you want to send, we can send a custom alert from here as well. Okay, so we have all these, like these are the notifications. Okay, all the alerts, sorry. So when we select this like module wise, we can see that particular related information only.
So now
Okay.
this AI can play a major role here in sending alerts and also
Yes.
action items automatically. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So what we can do is like based on the alerts, like we have no, if it is delayed or if there is an efficiency delayed, so automatically we can trigger the data and what action to be taken that can be suggested by AI and it will be sent to the respective person automatically. Okay, this
Yeah,
can be done here.
Anita, just we have time. So you can you share the one pager where you have all the solutions because we talk about so
Sure,
many
sure,
things.
sure, sure. I will do that. Okay, let me just reshare this. Sorry.
Yeah, we can see the your PPT, but
I think I just need to open it. One second. Let me just reshare
yeah,
that.
you can just, yeah.
Sorry. One second. Share it. One second.
Okay, no problem. So we ran out of time, Anita. Just can we need to conclude? Okay, so any final questions? Yeah, there are some questions. Those questions can be answered offline.
Okay. Let me just put on PowerPoint. So I just here is like whatever I have covered. No, all the planning, optimization, okay, and the execution systems, okay, and all the order fulfillment, control tower. How like all the solutions are here, products, okay. So these are
We
the
are not able
connected,
to see
and it will be integrated.
we ran our screen is not visible.
Screen is not visible. Sorry.
You want me to share it by any chance?
Uh, Actually, I just shared it. Let me just reshare. Sorry.
The question is, does the AI take into account the sudden changes in the geopolitical scenario to affect the supply chain system around the world? That is very nice question, Gautam Ghosh.
Okay.
Raji, thank you very
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Uh,
So it's a bits and pieces in the demand forecasting part. No, not yet. Yeah, now it can see. It's gone
oh,
again.
sorry, sorry. I just stopped again. Okay. I think it is visible. No, I just shared. No.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe the
So
the, the small.
here you can see. Sorry.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay. I think I when I put on the PowerPoint, no, I think it is going. It is stopping. I think. Okay, so here are the like the products like whatever I discussed. I'm just trying to summarize this. Like we have
Okay.
all the planning and optimization, like all the applications defined here, and the ERP control tower. These are the execution systems. Okay, and here we have like
Fine.
implementation
Fine, Anita.
services, and it,
Sorry,
it is like all the points. No, we
we ran out of time, Anita. Sorry. There is a question. Service calendar schedule not listed in vehicles. So in the vehicles, you can have a maintenance service calendar. Yeah, that's what the question is
yes,
actually.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. We can add up that like based on that only it will plan accordingly. If there is any change,
Plan.
also we can rerun it. So based on the constraints, no, we it will take the again it will replan it. So how we are doing for the exact plan, no, the vehicle plan. Currently, we have that in the system. So based on the holiday, all the week offs, all these things, no, it will consider and it will plan the vehicle like the orders, the deliveries, all these things, no, pickup and deliveries that will be planned accordingly.
Thank you, Anita. We ran out of
Okay.
time.
Thank
So,
you
yeah.
so much.
So, we need to start second session. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Anita, for a wonderful session. And if I think Anita could answer them